U.S. President Donald Trump responded to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian's insistence that Iran would not give up. He said he better watch his mouth, he better shape up, or we will take over the rest of the country. So this is not the I mean, this is not the best part. The first part is like, we're gonna fucking kill you before you leave Switzerland. Where's the rest of this shit? Okay, okay, but I'll find the rest of it. Um, Here. Okay, so this is the rest of it. So he said, with regards to Strait of Hormuz, President Trump said, "You close it, and you won't have a country." President Trump said, and he told Iranian officials about the Strait of Hormuz. And here's the best part: you won't even make it back to your fucking country. President Trump is threatening the Islamic Republic politicians with death on their way back from Switzerland to Iran. Again, let me read that. You won't even make it back to your fucking country. And then he also said this: we may take over the straits if we have to, Trump said. If they don't make a deal, we'll collect tolls. So, so President Trump is doing an Uno reverse card. So we went from you can't collect tolls because it's international waterways to what? How about we collect tolls? Okay, why not? Okay, I don't know. Why not? Okay. And then he also said Trump added that the US could become the guardian angel of the strait and take, listen to this, 20% of the oil. 20%. This is the most expensive toll anybody has ever suggested. So it's not like $1 per barrel. They're just going to take 20% of the oil. 20% of the oil. So wait, how much would that be? So the Islamic Republic was doing $1 per barrel for toll. They were suggesting that. So given that oil is at $77, so that would be $15. $15 per barrel. Oh my God. Wow, that escalated. That escalated quickly. And then we also had the Islamic Republic's delegation. They left the venue of talks when the United States in Swiss. Okay, so with the United States in Switzerland in protest over comments by President Donald Trump. Um, and then Tasnim, which is IRGC linked news agency, reported this, but it's now have been confirmed by other people as well because we don't trust Tasnim. And then we also had this Nabavian. He's becoming more and more relevant. So, member of Parliament Nabavian, a member of the Iranian Parliament National Security Committee, criticized Iran's negotiating team after U.S. President Donald Trump warned that if Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, its negotiators would not be able to return to their country. This is, as soon as President Trump said that in my previous live stream, I was like, "Yep, this is going to go look really bad for the negotiating team if they continue to negotiate. Within the Islamic Republic, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the negotiating team to stop the negotiations if this is what how President Trump is treating him. They're like it would be embarrassing for the negotiating team if they continue the negotiations after this threat." So this is what Nabavian said. Nabavian said. He said, "How long will the humiliation and threats against the Iranian nation be accepted?" So he posted that on X, Nabavian, which is part of the Pardari camp. So guys, this is a huge level of escalation. What do you guys think? Let me know. Are there who's modding? Sketch, are you modding today?
Yes, I'll take a stab at it. Yes, so we've gone from no, look at me. I am the blockade now. Look at me. I am the blockade now. Wait, let me put the right face. Look at me. I am the blockade now. Oh, you want a toll? Look at me. I am the toll now. You should blockade your airport so the negotiators can't go negotiate. I remember that was in the reports too. Yes,
Yes.
we have our first two from Noah. Noah, go ahead.
That was perfect.
Oh my gosh, Sketch, you crack me up. Yeah, Armin, I mean, this goes to show you that the Islamic Republic is not smart at all. So, the fact that there was this another blunder that yeah, it's if they were smart, they should have stayed in Switzerland because I think Trump will probably take him out. I wouldn't be surprised if they he did. Also, if they arrive in Iran, they might not even live. Regardless, they might be killed by the regime forces. So that could also be a possibility. Um, but yeah, I love it. The more chaos this causes for the regime, the better for us. So yeah, I love it.
So I don't think Trump will actually kill them, and I don't think that within the regime anybody would take them, kill them in either. But I do think that Trump's threat has made, as we were so far away from a deal, like so far from a deal, and this just made it so much more difficult to continue the negotiations. Like it's very difficult to for the negotiation. I mean, I don't know. Ghalibaf is actually very clever. He might pull something off. We'll see. But the internal pressure within the Islamic Republic to cut out the negotiations is going to become now exponentially higher.
Yes, I agree. I don't know if you remember the part where you were talking about that within Iran, they're saying, no, we need to blockade the airport because these negotiators are terrible. Remember that? That was
Yes.
also funny. I was going to point that out.
Yes.
Next.
So no, wait. Let me tell people what you're referring to. So sketches, like in my previous live stream, I had a video, um, that I was showing. By the way, now I have a Iranian research team from inside Iran. Given that I'm doing so many live streams, they're basically sending me everything that I need to show you guys from inside Iran, which is makes my life so much easier. So shout out to my Iranian team inside Iran. So the clip that they sent me to show you guys was on state TV. They were saying that we should not just only close the Strait of Hormuz, we should also close the airports, so that the negotiating team can't leave Iran to go negotiate with the Americans. So the state TV analysts were saying that we need to shut down the airports to stop Ghalibaf from going outside of Iran and talk to the Americans. That was on state TV within the Islamic Republic, which shows a huge level of escalation. Okay. So sorry, who was next? Nope, I didn't hear that.
I mean,
Yes. Hello. Next to reply, we have
Yep.
Jeff.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
It's very simple there, I toilet. If you close the strait, you won't even make it back to your fucking country. I cannot wait to see that shit. Because if they, I don't know, Maduro one of those mullah regime douche canoes off of a plane in midair, that's next level shit. That's some next level shit. Fucking love that. God damn it. I don't really have anything intellectual. I just want to just enjoy a little bit of that of Trump's awesomeness as it was delivered straight into some mullah douche canoe's ear pussy via fucking Truth Social. Yeah.
Wow, that was good. That was good. My God. Yeah.
That was
By the way,
beautiful and colorful.
very beautiful, very colorful. But here's the thing: the Islamic Republic. A lot of people are saying the Islamic Republic feels a bit confident that President Trump won't do right now until the midterms. He's not going to do any significant military operations. I think their calculation is so this comment by President Trump by itself is devastating, by itself, like without any military operations, right? But when it comes to military operations, my understanding is that the calculation of the Islamic Republic is Trump, if Trump attacks, it's going to be limited. So he's going to, do some bombings in certain places in Iran, and it's not going to be, fools like as the level of Epic Fury or Operation Sledgehammer, and it's going to be costly to them. But to them, they think like they can pay that price because they are already under a lot of pressure internally when it comes to the optics of this. So the Islamic Republic is desperately trying to save face right now, where internally. So if they have to piss off President Trump to a degree where they get some bombardments, as long as it's not full scale, they think that they can hold on until the midterms. And their understanding is that it's after the midterms that President Trump will be unleashed again. That's what their understanding is. Okay, so who's next?
Yes. Next, on, I would also like to point out that not going to make it home could also mean arrest. He doesn't have to, you know. There's a lot of ways to get someone to not make it home. You could just arrest them. I think he did it that way because it leaves it ambiguous. What? I didn't threaten you with death. I could have been talking about arrest, but we know what he means. Next on this topic is Jose.
Okay, I've been trying to collect my thoughts after Jeff's comment. Hysterically done, Jeff. Hysterically done. Okay, I just want to bring you up to speed on the little bit of information I've been able to prick out of the Persian Gulf. Only 17 ships have gone through in the last few days. They are Chinese and Iranian ships, and some suspected shadow fleet ships. Total 17. They're not sure how many are tankers or how many are freighters. But that's it. So it's technically not closed. It's just not closed. It's closed to people that they don't want to go through. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just see what happens there. The other thing is that I'm getting sick and tired of hearing people call this a deal when it's not a deal. It's basically a memorandum of understanding. We're not going to attack you. You're not going to attack us for 60 days. Negotiate. Well, the negotiating, according to Trump's Truth Social, started today, Sunday. Okay. And them going back means they're not negotiating. If they think that means that the timeline gets extended a little further, well, we'll see.
All right. And
Just a quick remark. I was going to ask you, but you could comment on the sketch as well. I think that what is going to happen is that we're going to go over this roller coaster, just like we had the ceasefire roller coaster. Now we're going to be on the MOU roller coaster, and they're going to be negotiating, and then something will happen, and we're like, so we're going to stop negotiating, and they're going to go back to negotiating, and then somebody's going to do something like, oh, we are offended by that. Israel's attacked Hezbollah, stop the negotiations. Trump said, posted something we don't like, stop the negotiations, wait a few days, back to negotiate. So I think this is the new roller coaster that we're going to be on for a while. What do you guys agree?
Unfortunately, a 100% agreement from me.
okay, from me, I'd like to say this is a 20% oil tax on China because no other insurance is going to go through. Who else is going to go through? It's only China. China's the only one that's going to go get their cheap oil from Iran because Iran would sell it to China at a ridiculously low price. But that would mean that no matter if China is getting their oil cheap from them, we still get a 20% cut. So it's like, oh, you got to give me a little taste.
So here's an interesting thing, Sketch. I just realized this yesterday. The Islamic Republic is running ships through without insurance, so they have an unfair advantage that the commercial ships are basically being pushed through without insurance by IRGC. So IRGC, because it's IRGC, their risk tolerance is different from commercial ships with zero risk tolerance that would want to make sure that they have insurance. So the Saudis, the Emiratis, the Qataris, they have commercial ships and they don't want to go through the Strait of Hormuz without insurance. But the Islamic Republic is Little Jenkins it because they are being run by a military organization rather than just a pure private commercial system. And that's why, so China is not going and getting its own oil. The Islamic Republic tankers and the shadow fleet, they go through the Strait of Hormuz and they be right somewhere close to Malaysia. What they do is that the Islamic Republic tankers, they switch their oil from their tankers to other tankers in the middle of nowhere where people can't like track them and stuff, and they mix their oil with other people's oils, So this is how they, what is it called?
Tin
clean
pot
their oil.
refineries.
No, they're like they're clean. They're like basically they clean like is there like is Islamic is terrorist oil gets mixed with other people's oil with ships that are not uh seen as problematic, and before they get to Malaysia, and they have these shell companies over there that then gets that to China, right? And that's what they're doing. So this is why the insurance stuff applies to other countries, but apparently it doesn't apply to the Islamic Republic.
It applies in the sense that we're taking 20% no matter what. If the ship is coming out of IRGC land, we're taking 20%, right? Going out or coming in.
So the 20% of the is one of the Trump's posts, like we have to like just because Trump says a lot of things as a way to mess with people, right? So I don't know if we're gonna actually get 20% of the oil. That is not I mean, you have to. There's already been a lot of claims like this by President Trump, and I think it's more of a psychological "fuck you" than an actual policy, announcement. But we'll see. But we'll see.
Okay, let me respond to this super quick, right? I'll try to be brief. Even if you are not allowing your oil to be sold because you're still under sanction, or you're lifting the sanction, so you let your boat out. All right, but you're saying I'm putting a toll because you want to put a toll, I'll put a toll. That would have to be at the mouth, right? So even if it's IRGC jumping over insurance, he did say I'll put a blockade, and kept his word on that. He might do it. I know he might. You can't take him literally, just seriously, but he might do it. He might say, "Look at me, I'm the blockade now. Look at me, I'm the toll now." Like, especially if IRG starts trying to toll or gets out of line, because it makes it easier for him during the election. If he literally does that, that would put so much oil into the economy, 20% off each tanker, that it would lower the gas pump price and the price of goods in the USA so much that it would be incredibly beneficial. So it's like a multi-layer reason to actually do it. Like, he actually took those boats out of the Strait. Like, he literally took those boats out. And that literally kept he is willing to go get oil. Like, you can't take him literally. You can take him seriously, but he's done it. It's a pattern.
Yeah, we'll see. I highly doubt that. But also, if it does happen, it wouldn't be a toll. It would be a service charge for security services. A toll is a completely different thing, but we'll see. Yeah.
I put it like 25%. I'm not going like this is 50%, 75. No. I put it at 25%. And we have super chats next before the next topic, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes. We have 3 super chats. Fleshy Interloper saying afternoon all with a super chat. Thank you so much. Good afternoon back at you. And good morning, good evening, and good night to everyone else in different parts of the world. And then we have Fleshy Interloper with another super chat saying supporting Belgium so hard right now. Oh, I'm not following the games, but okay, so yeah, but yeah, I don't know who's against who right now. But okay, you know what? If Fleshy Interloper is supporting Belgium, go Belgium. I'm supporting Belgium. I just became a fan. And then Jedi with a super chat saying, "I thought we destroyed the Shadow Fleet a while ago." No, they stopped it. They blocked the Shadow Fleet, but now the Shadow Fleet is right now back in full motion, and the Islamic Republic didn't wait a second to get them back into not full activity, to have as much activity as they can right now. Yeah, definitely not full activity. But yeah, no, they're they're active right now. They're doing what they do all before. They're taking the oil through the Strait of Hormuz. They're already past the Strait of Hormuz, on their way to Malaysia. Before they get to Malaysia, they're gonna dump the oil into these other, clean ships, and then they're gonna go sell them to these, shell companies in Malaysia. My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.